And lessons for Year 8 PE classes in Term 2 with 28 students aged 13 to 14. The class displays a range of literacy and numeracy skills from basic Year 7 to early Year 9 levels. They benefit from structure and reinforcement early on, but once the routines are clear, they engage well, especially in collaborative group-based learning. The class includes two diverse learners, Mike and Marcus. The focus of the lesson is first aid the students to develop essential skills that contribute to their health and well-being of others. Used a behaviorism approach in the form of direct instruction, specifically the I do, we do, you do method based on Mason's 2021 research because of its ability to provide clear, understandable instructions while catering to different modalities of understanding such as visual and verbal before trying it kinesthetically. This was solely used in Lesson Plan 1, though, to provide students with structure before introducing a more student-centered approach into the second lesson plan. Lesson Plan 2, meanwhile, focused on the learning theories of constructivism and humanism and the supporting pedagogies. This involves students creating group data boards, which were then combined into a class data board, which were then circulated. This strategy reflects the core principles of collaborative learning, promoting critical thinking and teamwork. In Leish's 2003 study found that students demonstrate greater understanding when they work together and share ideas. Through the sharing of information, students are exposed to different perspectives while also sharing their own understanding. By having the students fill out KWL charts throughout the unit, this supported an inquiry-based learning approach. Arfin in 2025 highlights that inquiry-based learning encourages students to explore questions and problems independently, leading to a deeper understanding. The use of KWL charts aligns with this by actively engaging students in the learning process whilst developing their critical thinking skills. When it came to humanism, ethical dilemma questioning was used to bridge the gap between learning and the potential real-world scenarios, which encouraged the development of the students' values and beliefs. Amini's research shows that in a humanistic approach, meaningful questions and self-reflective scenarios allow learners to understand and engage with the scenarios, linking them to their life. With the lesson plan, this means the students question their response to scenarios from a personal mindset, such as what if I had to perform CPR on someone they knew? Gauging how they would react and respond, making them remember that the person they're helping is a person themselves, encouraging them to engage more in case it ever happens in an ethical and responsible manner. Student management, focusing on how the students interacted during the lesson. In the initial session, I allowed the students to choose their own groups to promote comfortability and a positive class atmosphere, which is particularly important during a teacher-centered approach, like direct instruction. This aligned with CREF's 2023 findings, which show the students feel more comfortable and at ease when working with peers they already know. However, when compared to Lee's 2023 research, it suggests that periodically rearranging the groups can enhance learning, as adapting to different communication strategies and perspectives can lead to a deeper understanding. Because of this, in the second lesson, I implemented a teacher-assigned groups due to the fact that it was a student-centered approach. This took into account student diversity and the individual learning needs. Of verbal communication strategies were utilized, such as open-ended questions and feedback. Open-ended questions assisted in encouraging student engagement and critical thinking. According to Swan's 2021 study, showed that the use of open questions and group discussions promoted greater student engagement and understanding of the learning rather than when compared to closed questions. I also included prompt sheets to assist with scaffolding and nonverbal communication or visual understanding for the students who found it difficult with verbal cues. Feedback, I would provide it through a variety of methods, such as immediate feedback and short delayed feedback. Immediate feedback would be helpful in the moment with any necessary corrections or immediate praise the student deserves, while short delayed feedback could be used to guide or allow the students to gauge what they had done or providing them with feedback. It also would allow them to determine if it was correct or right before I provide them with them. The feedback could be delivered verbally in the form of praise or positive reinforcement, or non-verbally by signs, gestures. Michael, who was on the autism spectrum, I chose to rely on the voice and choice method. This gives him the ability to choose between two options that work well for myself and also his learning outcomes, while also engaging with him, allowing him to actively choose his learning options. Bova in 2025 found that by providing diverse learners with a choice, they feel included in the process, improving their engagement and their ability to learn. Another aspect of voice and choice I included was the choice boards for scenarios for the doctor's ABCDs, because as according to Lane, this way students are able to view the options, then choose the one that they either find most comfortable or less confronting. This allows the student to take ownership and more of an active role in their learning, encouraging and enhancing their engagement. For Marcus and his anxiety, I referred back to Pascoe in 2020 strategies, such as giving the student preferential seating and positive feedback, which help to reduce anxiety levels and improve student engagement because they feel included and calm, allowing them to focus. Other strategies, such as showing the content on the screen, can provide them with a level of structure, reducing the student's anxiety and upcoming learning throughout the class. Also included exit passes, which allow him to remove himself from the situation should he need calm or feel relaxed. Also included multimodal learning as presented by Archer in 2014, which allows the students to engage in their learning by presenting information across multiple formats. I also included differentiation instruction, according to Bova, which works to tailor the instruction based on the student's learning profile, allowing the students to connect with the learning style that resonates with their individual learning habits. To Cronkvist in 2024, there are certain legal and ethical standards that are required by teachers and should be followed during a lesson. So I followed duty of care by ensuring that the students were safe emotionally, physically, and psychologically. As a teacher, it was also my responsibility to maintain any class and or school rules in relation to language, bullying, or the protection of student rights. I ensured that all the lessons could be altered or manipulated for diverse students, regardless of their abilities, culture, or understanding, while ensuring equal opportunity for all learners. I met these requirements through the integration of strategies to assist diverse learners, classroom management, scaffolding, while also giving the students the option on choices they make and not including any confronting or images or videos. Consider Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We see that there are certain components which need to be present in order to create a safe and supportive environment. In a class setting, this means ensuring a student's safety through physical, emotional, and well-being safety. Strategies should be included such as implementing class rules to determine how learners should act, treat, and talk to each other. Another key component is the need for belonging. I would achieve this by ensuring that every student has an equal voice in the class while respecting their choices. This would help to improve and foster inclusivity and acceptance in the class. By incorporating these components into my teaching, it would help each student to feel safe and comfortable while learning, helping to create a positive, inclusive, and accepting learning environment. Shah in 2024, the use of a variety of ICT tools would help engage a student and contribute to their learning. So I use Genially data board or choice boards to allow people to pick their scenario that they felt comfortable with. I use Padlet to encourage student engagement and group collaboration by requiring each student to be responsible for their individual step. This way, they were fully engaged not only with the ICT, but also with their learning. I use Kahoot quizzes to present students with the ability to engage with the previous class's learning in a condensed and interactive manner compared to a orally admitted or paper-based test.